We turn now to President Trump's latest attacks on Somali immigrants in Minnesota. About 84,000 people of Somali descent live in the Minneapolis, St. Paul area.
Minneapolis, Minnesota, February 14th, 2026. The clock reads 3:47 a.m. The city is silent. Snow covers the sidewalks and streetlights reflect off frozen roads. Most residents are asleep, unaware that one of the largest financial crime operations in American history is about to be exposed. Then the silence breaks. A convoy of black SUVs moves slowly through a quiet residential street in South Minneapolis. Inside the vehicles are agents from the FBI, ICE, IRS Criminal Investigation Division, and Homeland Security. More than 40 vehicles stop outside several houses registered as licensed daycare centers. But investigators already know something is wrong. When the first team breaches the front door of one building, they expect to find classrooms, toys, and sleeping children. Instead, they find something else. Rows of laptops glow in dark rooms. Server racks hum against the walls. Stacks of documents cover long tables. There are no children. There are no teachers. Just spreadsheets. Agents quickly realize they have uncovered something far bigger than a simple fraud case. The daycare centers were never meant to care for children. They were designed to generate fake claims for federal childcare funding programs. Every computer screen shows the same thing: thousands of child names, addresses, and identification numbers. But many of those children don't exist. Within minutes, agents discover bags filled with cash and encrypted hard drives labeled with internal project names. One name appears again and again inside the files: a federal official in Washington. And that discovery will change everything. By 7 a.m., digital forensic teams begin analyzing the data recovered during the raids. What they uncover is far more complex than anyone expected. Investigators discover a massive digital network connecting hundreds of businesses across the Midwest. On paper, they are all childcare providers, family daycare homes, learning centers, and early education facilities. But most of them don't exist in reality. Many of the listed addresses lead to empty buildings, parking lots, or private homes with no daycare operations at all. The fraud scheme worked in a simple but devastating way. Each fake daycare center submitted applications to receive federal child care assistance payments for low-income families. Once approved, the centers reported dozens, sometimes hundreds, of enrolled children. Every child meant more funding, except the children were fake. Investigators find spreadsheets containing more than 9,000 fabricated child identities, many created using recycled Social Security numbers or altered birth records. Some records even belonged to children who had moved away or passed away years earlier. The money flowed through a web of shell companies registered in multiple states. From there, the funds were transferred into offshore accounts and cryptocurrency wallets. Within 6 years, the network had allegedly siphoned billions of dollars from public assistance programs. But the most shocking discovery isn't the money, it's the approval signatures. Documents show that many of the suspicious daycare applications were fast-tracked through federal oversight offices. Someone inside the government had cleared them, and investigators now believe that person was helping the scheme grow. Later that evening, inside a federal command center in Minneapolis, a large digital map fills the wall. Red markers spread across 8 different states. Each marker represents a suspected fraudulent daycare location connected to the network. Federal officials named the investigation Operation Iron Cradle. The plan is simple: hit every known location at the same time before anyone can destroy evidence. At exactly 6 p.m., the raids begin. Across Minnesota, Wisconsin, Illinois, and several neighboring states, federal agents enter offices, warehouses, and residential buildings linked to the operation. In one Minneapolis office complex, agents discover workers processing fake childcare enrollment forms in real time. 89 computers are seized. In St. Paul, investigators find a warehouse listed as a childcare learning center that contains nothing but servers and billing records. In Milwaukee, a daycare address turns out to be an empty lot, yet it has been receiving tens of thousands of dollars in federal payments every month. By midnight, hundreds of suspects are detained. The charges include fraud, identity theft, document forgery, and money laundering. Financial investigators begin tracing the stolen funds and quickly realize the full scale of the operation. The total amount may exceed $5 billion over several years. But one question still remains unanswered. How did such a massive fraud network operate for so long without being stopped? The answer points directly towards Washington.
During the interrogations that follow the raids, several suspects begin cooperating with investigators. Their testimony reveals a disturbing detail. According to multiple statements, the fraud network had protection inside the federal oversight system. That protection allegedly came from Director Marcus Hale, a high-ranking official responsible for monitoring fraud in government assistance programs. Investigators review internal emails and approval records connected to Hale's office. Patterns quickly emerge. Fraud alerts had been downgraded or delayed. Whistleblower complaints were marked as administrative errors. Audit requests were postponed. And new child care facilities were granted emergency approvals without inspections. Financial records later reveal that millions of dollars were transferred into a private company linked to Hale's family. Prosecutors believe those payments may have been part of a long-term bribery scheme. With that evidence, federal authorities move quickly. On February 16, 2026, agents arrive at a government office building in Washington, D.C. Director Marcus Hale is escorted out of the building in handcuffs. He faces multiple charges, including conspiracy, wire fraud, and abuse of federal authority. For investigators, the arrest confirms something deeply troubling. This was not just a criminal group exploiting a weak system. It was a network that allegedly used the system itself to hide in plain sight. As the investigation continues, the scale of the damage becomes clearer. Authorities freeze thousands of suspicious childcare claims and begin auditing assistance programs across several states. Hundreds of fraudulent businesses are shut down. Millions of dollars in assets, including luxury cars, real estate, and bank accounts, are seized. For legitimate daycare providers, the scandal is devastating. Many had struggled for years to stay open, while fraudulent centers collected large payments for children who never existed. The investigation also sparks a national debate about how government assistance programs are monitored. Experts say fraud can grow rapidly when oversight systems rely heavily on digital paperwork and automated approvals. In cases like this, a small group of insiders can potentially manipulate the process for years before investigators notice unusual patterns. Lawmakers now promise new safeguards, including stronger audits and improved verification systems. But for many Americans, the case raises a deeper question. If billions of dollars could disappear through fake daycare centers, how many other programs might face similar risks? The Minneapolis fraud investigation is still ongoing, and prosecutors say more arrests could follow. For now, one thing is certain. The largest financial crimes don't always involve weapons or violence. Sometimes they happen quietly, through paperwork, digital records, and signatures on official documents. And sometimes, it takes a single investigation to finally bring the truth into the light.